What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel, especially if this is your first time. This is a channel where we analyze singers for the benefit of you, the viewer. So we are currently obviously in a season of American Idol, and it was the week in Hawaii, and they cut from 30 to 20, so 10 people lost out of the stage where the audience can vote, the American public can vote. But at this stage, you know, they all sing well. They all sing well. And it's a little bit a question of subjectivity. The judges, the producers, they all have their own connection and their own reasons why they think a certain person would be a good choice. It's not always, and it cannot always be, about who the best singer is, but who connects to the people and who's going to make for good television and who's going to make the show look good and keep running. So then I found out that they've decided to issue 3 platinum tickets in this round at, is it Oha, what do they call it? I can't remember, but this island, Ohana, in Hawaii. And apparently there are a team of industry professionals like vocal coaches and social media influencers and personalities. They voted, the people there voted, and the judges voted, and they picked 3 platinum tickets, of which one was given to Brooks ROSSER. So that's exciting. I've loved Brooks from the start. I want you to check out, please, my analysis of his audition on this channel. And let's see how he did in Hawaii. Yes! I love him so much. Full voice, again connected, but much more breath flowing.
You don't want a mic stand just hanging around.
Keep me where the light is.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Two bodies riddled with scars from our preteens, intertwined in a car's dirty backseat. Stare at a driving screen now. It's been a long year, and all of our books' pages dog-eared. We write out the ends of our wrong steer, and forget to read.
Okay, let's pause for a second, a few seconds. So, obviously Brooks has a very light voice, which means that it is a voice that really shines in a higher register. Yet, he sings in this range where, if I sang there, it's been a hard year, or whatever the words are, it doesn't sound that high. But that's because of my voice type. So it isn't that high. He can sing higher, and he often does. But because of his voice type, it sounds super, super high. It's a smaller voice. It's which means a smaller voice means it's a voice that has to work harder to produce volume, versus a big voice which produces a lot of volume more easily. But yeah, it's just also the way that he chooses to shape his sound that makes it sound so sort of smaller and like in a tunnel, a very straight, almost like a laser kind of sound, you know, which is beautiful. His voice is very unique, and the way he chooses to use it is also very unique. That's why, did you see the expression on the influencers, that section there where Cheryl Porter, the vocal coach, sits? They were like looking at each other. What is this, right? Also, what I want to say is this is the first time I've heard Brooks where he's going for it a little bit more. So he's making more sound. So far, the other performances of him that I've heard, including his audition, was much more tender and breathy and sort of intimate. So I think he's maybe deliberately trying to make a bigger sound and also explore that kind of expression with his voice, which is excellent. I think that's great. What I would say can definitely improve with Brooks is his stagecraft in performance, meaning what he looks like, what his facial expressions are. I think this is new to him. I think I remember in his audition he said he's never performed in front of people. Only sang to the people in the care facility that he works. So it's new to him to have these audiences and these bigger stages and stuff. So he's slowly getting better, but it looks in his eyes as if he's thinking all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time it looks like he's thinking and analyzing. So we want this part of our face as a singer to tell the story and to connect with people. So I think there's some room for improvement there. But let's keep going.
One of the most unique voices I've ever heard in my life.
The sun was collapsing until the seas rose and the buildings came crashing. Everywhere, everything. Wanna love you till we're food for the worms to eat, till our fingers decompose. Keep my hands in yours. Drive slowly. We know every route in this county. Maybe that ain't such a bad thing. Tell you where not to speak. Everywhere, everything. Love you till we're food for the worm to eat, till our fingers decompose. Keep my hands in yours. Keep my hands in yours.
Okay, yeah, very cool. Yes, when he did those little runs a number of times, it is so cool. He makes really good choices, artistic, expressive choices. And he does it by staying in his lane vocally, which I think is very smart. You know, sometimes singers on competition shows especially, they try to impress us, the listener, the audience, the judges maybe, by showing off, you know, as much as they can, which is understandable. Hello, it's a competition. You're trying to win. Trying to get people to vote for you. Trying to convince people that you are worth investing in for a longer journey. But sometimes singers do that at their own expense, because they actually expose in their voice or in their skill level what they are not so good at. And I think it's very smart and there are a number of contestants in this season who are really good at that. They just show us who they are, what they are good at. They push the limits without going to a place, singing a song in a way or singing a song that demands more than what their voice can give, if that makes sense. So he's doing that really well. He stays in his lane, he knows his voice, he knows how he wants to do it, and nothing in what he just did for me exposed weakness. Just one tiny little criticism. I cannot always hear the words. Now this is a Noah Kahan song. I know it's a fairly well-known song, etc. But I always say to my singers, when you perform, sing that song, whether it's the most well-known song on the face of the earth or an original song. Sing that song as if nobody there's ever heard it, and they will only ever get this one opportunity to hear that song. Which means if they couldn't hear all your words, they're going to miss something. Part of the song is going to be gone. The opportunity is gone for them to really enjoy the story of the song. So I think in modifying the vowels the way he does for that specific kind of sound that he makes, which is so cool, sometimes the words get lost. That's my only... That and the eye contact and connecting and expressing with his eyes. Those are the only two little criticisms that I have.
Every time you open your mouth and sing, I want more. I feel like we've seen you already, like kind of stepping in, getting a little more confidence in yourself. Just keep leaning into that, and
Thank
it's
you.
so fun to watch, and it's so fun to listen to.
Thank you so much.
Like, thanks, bye.
He's just so unique. Like,
I'm obsessed with him.
So unassuming.
and I watched this crowd over here, they weren't expecting that to come
What
out.
kind of alien, unexpected, crazy voice was that? Where'd that voice come from?
Where'd that voice come from? Says Cheryl. Yeah, no, very cool. I'm a fan of Brooks. I think he's deserving of one of the 3 platinum tickets in this group. And I really hope he goes far and that he keeps improving his stagecraft so that he can connect with people even more. Because at some stage, I don't want to say quirk as if it's a negative thing, but at some stage the quirkiness of him, just how he is, and that very, very specific voice type and sound that he makes, at some stage that could wear off a little bit, or the novelty of that can wear off. And then it's going to be about more, even more about connection. Does he connect? Does he connect what he feels in that song to the people so that they can feel the same thing? I would love to hear what you think about Brooks. Are you also a fan? Let me know. Leave a comment. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. I would really appreciate it. And until next time, I want you to remember that your voice matters.